Today I am talking about how to make your videos a little more entertaining. Maybe your videos aren't getting as much attention as they deserve, or you're just plain boring. I've been there. I have some solutions for you, some editing tips, some filming tips, all the tips for you. Let's go. I'm Becky. Here is where we talk all things inspiration with video, business, and life. Anybody feel like your videos might be a little bit boring and you're like, how in the world do I make this better? How do I get more attention on my videos? This is so frustrating. If that's you, give this video a like and comment below. Make my videos better. Just let's do it. So I put together this amazing guide to how to film seamless videos. What to put in your videos, how to film them. It's all in my free guide right in the description box below. Click the link and you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. So the first thing to put into your videos to make them less boring is to place overlays on top of your video. Putting an overlay in, say what you just saw, that's what you call a title, also called an overlay. And there's a few ways that you can create them. One is creating it in Canva. So when you get into Canva, you can either do one of two things, go to create a design and then type in YouTube thumbnail. And this will give you the right dimension, 1280 by 720. Or you could create a custom size, 1280 by 720 is what you need for a YouTube video. And then you'll just click on text and add in a heading. And then for this one, I am doing overlays, so you type that in, and then you can always change the text, the font. I use Beliza, this is my brand font. And then I'm gonna change the color to navy. And I have all my brand colors already in Canva, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to add in a little line. So if you click on elements and type in line, and you'll have all these options for line, different elements, things that you can put in anything. This is the line that I use for some of my branding. I'm just going to make it smaller, put it right underneath, move it, and then I'm going to download it and as just a PNG, and then click download. And then I'm going to bring it back into Final Cut Pro, which is what I use for editing my videos, and I'm going to drag it from my downloads right in here and see how I like it in this placement. Now the other thing that you can do to create a title on top of your video is just to do it right in wherever you're editing your video. So since I use Final Cut, this is how I do it. So you can go into generators and click on any solids that are automatically in here, or you can grab your own solid. I use this many times. So I actually just Googled white and just downloaded this white background. And then I'm going to add a title, and I just use a basic title. And I'm gonna drag drop this, and then we're going to change the text to overlays. And you can't see it because it's white. So we need to change the color. So just click on the color, and I'm going to use a brand color. I just grab that, and then I change the font to my Beliza font. And then I'm going to make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can add different things in here, like even from Canva if you wanted to. And then I'm going to bring it down, make sure I like the placement, and we're good to go. Next on my list is to put some music and sound effects into your videos. Here's something that I learned back in college. I actually went to college for audio production and engineering, so I wanted to be a music producer. So a part of getting my degree was to go through music business classes. So I learned all things royalty-free music and copyright. Don't put whatever the heck song you want into YouTube videos. It will get flagged for copyright. Don't do it. So where can you find royalty-free music? A couple different things. The first one is free. You can go to YouTube itself. So in my YouTube, I go to YouTube Studio, and then on the left side, you're going to scroll down to YouTube Audio Library. And then in here, you're gonna find all this different music. You can search for music, you can search for moods, you can even look for sound effects to use in your videos. How cool! If you want more music freedom and less commonly used music on your videos, then I would suggest going to a website like Artlist or Epidemic Sound. I myself am an Artlist fan. I have been using it for years, and that's where I get all of my music that I use. And I actually have an Artlist referral link in the description box below. You can feel free to use that and get started on some royalty-free music that isn't so outdated like YouTube. For sound effects, I like to use the popping cork. I also use mouse clicks in every single video. Sometimes I use bubble sounds or a bell for like a notification bell sound. Now there's a couple different places where you can find sound effects. Some of them are actually included in some of the editing software that you already have, like Final Cut or iMovie. And then there's websites like Epidemic Sound where they do have these sound effects as well. And the last step, most important I think, how you film. Switching up the angles and shots in the different rooms that you're in, the different corners of the rooms that you sit in, walking around the house, walking outside, swinging on a swing, because every other spot is not as pretty as this. Now a note on this. I myself don't do this very often. Why? Because I have a house full of kids that love to be on camera. It makes it really, really hard for mommy to work. I see all these different YouTubers walking around their house with different shots, switching it up, looking so cute, and making it very entertaining. Like filling up a cup of coffee or making a matcha or whatever. Great, good for them, except they don't have kids. Don't put pressure on yourself if you can't switch up the shots. If you only have one room to work with, like me, then you work with what you got. And maybe you shouldn't film outside because there's kids screaming and playing and dogs barking, and it's just not the ideal scene. Now another thing that you can film and add in is some B-roll. This is just footage of you doing things, working around the house, being in the kitchen, doing whatever you do, whatever you make, whatever you create, film it. Or you can also get stock footage on external websites. You do have to pay for these things, but there's one called ArtGrid, which is a part of Artlist. It's another option to have some stock footage in there. You can actually find some of this on Canva too. If you just click on videos on the bottom and then search for whatever you want to put in there, you just might find the perfect B-roll for the video that you're making. I hope these tips help you, inspire you to get creative in your videos and make them more fun. That's the key. Just have fun. Be you, do you. Emmy, do you want to close out the video? I know you've always wanted to do that.
Hit the subscribe button.
We're so cute!
If you wanted to hit the subscribe button,
Oh yeah.
click the vacation bell.
Did you say vacation?
Oh wait, vocation bell.
Oh, vocation. Hit the vacation bell. Go spread some happy